not going to settle this issue. In fact, I think it does a disservice to both sides if the court weighs in on public policy like this. The courts are decided to interpret the Constitution and the constitutionality of laws, not create public policy. When they do that, they create division and they erect barriers to reaching consensus on public policy like this. And so, no, we stand with millennia of experience that the union of a man and woman, the sacred union of marriage, is the cornerstone of society.
All right, that was Tony Perkins. And by the way, as we welcome in Congressman Steve King, member of the House Subcommittee on Immigration and Border Security, great state of Iowa. Congressman, Justice Kennedy actually said or questioned today in the hearings in the Supreme Court of the United States about the gay marriage case, whether it would be appropriate for the court to discard a definition of marriage that has been with us for millennia.
Well, yes, and I happen to see that notice that was his question and his comment, Steve, and I certainly agree with what I think is the premise of the question. We've got thousands of years of human history, and we know that a man and woman joined together, hopefully in holy matrimony, blessed by children, raising the children in that family unit is the essential building block of all society, and that children do better when they're in that kind of a home. It's the most basic social unit we have, is marriage, man and woman. And what seems to be lost in all of this is that marriage is about not the desires of adults, but what's good for kids. And what's good for kids is to have a father role, a mother role, and the two of them team together, making that sacrifice so that the children have the best opportunity to succeed. That's why we've honored marriage so strongly, and we've done so throughout all of the millennia. And to think that we've had a debate that's gone on in this country for, let's say, less than 20 years, and in that short period of time, they would hand this all over to a majority of 9 black-robed judges to make the decision on what can transform our civilization for a long time to come.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more than that. We'll find out in June. All right, what's going on in Baltimore? What we saw yesterday, and the mayor not calling in the governor to bring in the National Guard, telling the cops reportedly to hold back, and we saw the cops holding back. My God, it was disgraceful on every level.
Well, it sure was, and you know, as I watched that unfold too, and I watched it into the night last night, it looked to me that the cops had orders that said you're not going to engage them, and if they come at you, you have to back up. To think that ranks of officers with riot gear had to retreat from a mob, and they couldn't go in there and arrest, or didn't go in and arrest. You have to win that battle. When the battle's enjoined, that means you have to take them on. And they didn't. They backed up and they retreated, and they handed parts of that city over to the mob, to the rioters. And that's the kind of thing that you see happen in foreign countries, not in the United States of America. So they have to go in now and assert themselves and forcefully use whatever force is necessary to take control of the streets in Baltimore and impose order. This is a civil society, and rewarding people or allowing people to just simply standing back and watching them move liquor stores and other stores and throw huge stones at our police officers and fire engines going through, getting cement blocks thrown at them on the way through, stealing cars and running them through through fires in the middle of the streets and threatening to run down police officers with them. All of that is sickening to see. A civil society should never have that. And whatever their level of grievance is, it doesn't justify what they're doing in Baltimore.
Couldn't agree more. Well spoken, Congressman. Congressman, thank you as always, sir. Great to talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on,
My
Steve.
pleasure. Congressman Stephen King, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Steve Malzberg Show. Up next, it's our viewer call-in segment where we take your calls. You can email callsteve@newsmax.com to be on the show.